Hello and welcome back to Storytime with Mrs. Howergy. I'm Mrs. Howergy. Today we will be continuing our book, Amelia Takes Command. One day she got a package in the mail. She was so surprised she opened it right away. It was a box of chocolates, the fancy kind. She stuffed her face with them. Unfortunately for her, they were poison. Smelly, greasy hair, beady, mean eyes, crumbs falling from her mouth. She kneeled over and died, and no one bothered to come to her funeral. Definitely the end. Stories always make me feel better, even if they don't come true. Good news. Hillary was absent today. I hope she has the stomach flu forever. Then I came home to even better news, a postcard from Nadia. Dear Amelia, has Hillary turned into a frog yet, or a cockroach? Guess what? I'm going to space camp for winter vacation. Ask your mom if you can come too. It will be great. Yours till the banana splits, Nadia. Space camp? I'd love to go to space camp. How can I get Mom to say yes? I tried out my angel act on Mom all weekend. I was super nice to her. I did the laundry, I washed the dishes, I dusted Cleo was astonished. So was Mom. Floor clean enough to eat off of. What's up? There must be something you want. Then, when she was all relaxed drinking the cup of tea I made for her, I asked her about space camp, and she didn't say no. She said, we'll see, but she smiled when she said it. That means yes in Mom's speak. At least it usually does. Today, I didn't even care when Hillary called me lizard face. All I could think about was space camp. Especially when we launched our rockets, it was way cool. And in space camp, you get to do stuff like that every day. When I got home from school, there was an envelope waiting for me, and inside of it was, hooray! I called Nadia. Good for 1 week at space camp. Happy birthday, this is your present. I called Nadia that night. She was so excited. Me too. I get to be with Nadia and go to space camp. Carly said, congratulations. She wishes she could go too. Her dad said maybe next year. I thought Cleo would be jealous, but she says, who wants to go to dumb space camp anyway? You have to work hard there. She only wants to go to beach camp or camp makeup your face. She started wearing gunks on her eyelids, so she looks like an alien. But in her case, it's an improvement. I made a calendar to count down the days until space camp, and I'm reading a book about astronauts and the space shuttle. I hope I get to be the shuttle commander. The calendar reminded me I've got to get something for Mako for Christmas. I haven't seen him since last summer at the Grand Canyon, but he's always written me letters and sent me the good luck charm. Before Carly, he and Nadia were my only friends. I don't know whether to call Leah a friend or not anymore. I want to send him something special, something American that he can't get in Japan. Cleo says, how do I know Mako celebrates Christmas? Okay, maybe he doesn't, but it sure feels like the whole world does. Anyway, I can always call it a New Year's present, only what if Japanese New Year's isn't January 1st? Does it really matter? I love getting presents any time of year. Before I can send him anything, Mako sent me a Christmas present way early, but that's okay by me. It turns out he celebrates Christmas and Japanese holidays, so he gave me a beautiful box made from a special paper called washi. Mako made it himself. I love reading Mako's descriptions of his holidays. It makes me want to go to Japan and see myself. I still don't know what to get him. Everything here is so ordinary, and I can't make anything like a washi box. I got another letter from Mako already. He was so excited he had to write me again. A new donut store. He'd never tasted a donut before. I never would have thought a donut could be special, but I guess it all depends on what you're used to. Tomorrow I leave for space camp, and just in time. I found the perfect thing for Mako. It's a notebook, American style with a set of colored pencils and a bunch of neat erasers. I got the idea from the donuts. Even the most ordinary stuff is different and cool when it's from another country. Maybe Mako will send me a Japanese notebook someday. I'd love that. I'm so excited I can't sleep. Tomorrow it'll be a dormitory only at space camp. It's called a habitat. I've never slept in a room with a bunch of strangers before, although I've shared a room with Cleo and she's very strange. I wonder what the showers will be like, and will the food be good, or will it be gross cafeteria food? I hope it's astronaut food. That would be cool. I'm sure I won't miss Cleo, but I'm a little worried about missing Mom in my room. When we first moved here, I hated this room. Now I love it. Official Space Camp Log. Nadia was waiting for me when we got there. It was a long drive. We got up so early it was still night out. I got the bunk next to hers, and we're both on Triton team. So far, I'm too excited to get homesick, but Mom cried when she kissed me goodbye. She said she misses me already, and she made me promise to call her every night. We're so busy training today, and today is the first chance I've had to write in here. At least I haven't had time to get homesick either. Just a little bit at lunch and dinner, because we don't get astronaut food. We get gross cafeteria food 3 times a day. First thing we did was get assigned our positions for flight crew and ground control. Besides Nadia and me, there's only one other girl on our team, Olena. It's funny, but there was way more boys than girls at space camp. Olena wasn't sure what she wanted to be, but Nadia definitely wanted to be flight director. That's the person in charge of mission control on the ground. And I wanted to be commander, the one in charge of the flight crew. Brad, Evan, and Corey wanted to be commander too, and they said there was no way I'd get to be commander because I'm a girl, and no girl has ever led a shuttle mission. Not yet, I said. We had to write down our choices and why we wanted that position. Then we had to answer questions about what we've learned so far. Luther, our counselor, would pick the people with the best answers for each job. Brad, Evan, and Corey were fighting each other over which of them wanted to be commander. They didn't bother with me because they said there was no way I'd be chosen. But Luther picked me. We had a lot of training to do to get ready for our shuttle mission. I'll be commander of Discovery. It will be tricky because Luther says something is going to be wrong during our mission, only he won't say what, and we'll have to figure out how to correct the problem. If we can't solve the problem, we either have to abort the mission, that means cancel it and just return to Earth, or we'll crash, or we might solve it the wrong way, which means we'll also crash. It's going to be even harder than I thought because Brad, Corey, and Evan won't listen to me. They say I'm not really commander and they will never take orders from a girl. But I bet they listen to their moms. They're ruining everything. Today we made rockets like Carly and I did at school. Only this time there's a clear hollow tube attached to the nose cone. We're going to put a cricket in there. And we were supposed to figure out how to build the rocket so that it will launch and land without hurting the cricket. I hope Evan's rocket crashes into Brad's, whose rocket will splat into Corey's, and they'll all 3 explode. Sorry, crickets. I called Mom at last. I know I promised to call every day, but we're so busy, and there's always a long line at the payphone after dinner. It was great to hear her voice. I even liked talking to Cleo. And this is where we'll stop for today. Please like this video and subscribe below, and hopefully we'll be all done with this book by tomorrow. Bye-bye.